Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Sports Stuff. Before we get into it, I just want to let you guys know school has finally started for me, so uploads may be a little sporadic. The schedule might change just slightly, and there may be days where I miss just because I'm too busy, but I will do my very best to continuously upload and make sure I upload on a regular basis. Let's go ahead and jump into it. We have some NFL Week 2 takeaways. First, I think we all owe Colin Kaepernick a congratulations because he has somehow managed to start a movement across the entire league. We have players from the Dolphins, the Seahawks, the Broncos. Everyone in some way or shape or form is protesting with him. And to have started a movement this big whereas players were otherwise silent, I think is pretty impressive. Again, I still don't agree with how they're doing it, but just the fact that he's managed to start the conversation and now everyone else is starting to chime in and give their piece, and they are too protesting, I think that's pretty special. And you even have players from other sports like Megan Rapinoe of the U.S. women's national team. She is kneeling during the anthem during her games as well. So I think to have started a movement like this is pretty impressive, and it'll be interesting to see if and when the movement will die out. So what do we know from week 2? We know that the Niners may have actually something to prove this year. They looked good at moments against the Panthers. Of course, the Panthers are a far superior team than they are, but the Niners stuck with them for a while, and despite a few poor decisions and a couple of just execution errors, the Niners had a shot at that game. I think there's more to that team, and they could be doing a lot better this season than we thought. We also know that the Rams defensively are a lot better than we thought they were after completely shutting down the Seahawks to only 3 points last game. Patriots may have a bigger QB battle than we realize. Garoppolo is doing a fantastic job. Garoppolo is more than likely going to play next week against the Texans, even though he had a little bit of a shoulder injury, but when Brady gets back, the Patriots may actually have a tough decision to make. And we also have a lot of injuries from this last week. Adrian Peterson is out for an indeterminable time with a torn meniscus. Chargers running back Danny Woodhead is out for the season with a torn ACL. DeMarcus Ware broke his arm last week and needs surgery. There's no timetable for his return yet. Panthers running back Jonathan Stewart is out for at least another week or two with a hamstring injury. Arian Foster, running back for the Dolphins, he has a groin injury. He is to be determined as well. And the Browns now have to start their 5th quarterback in as many games after Josh McCown has a shoulder injury, which puts him in, and I quote, excruciating pain. Robert Griffin III had a shoulder fracture in week 1, so they had to start McCown in week 2, and now they're going to start rookie quarterback Cody Kessler for week 3. A lot of injuries in the NFL, but still a lot of good gameplay as well. Now on to baseball. New York Mets starting pitcher Jacob deGrom has an elbow injury, and he is more than likely going to be done for the rest of the season. The starting pitcher will probably need surgeries for some forearm tightness, and the Mets have announced that he will be done for the season. Out of the original starting 5, the Mets only have one pitcher remaining, and that is Bartolo Colon. Yankees shortstop and third baseman Starlin Castro is also more than likely out for the season with a hamstring injury. Yankees, of course, are in a playoff push right now and need all the help they can get. This injury more than likely will act as a setback for the Yankees. It's going to be interesting to see how that spot gets filled in and if the Yankees are going to falter or maybe perhaps do better with Castro now out. And now let's take a quick look at the MLB playoff race. Dude, what the... Now on to basketball. Milwaukee Bucks utility man Giannis Antetokounmpo has agreed to a 4-year, $100 million contract extension with the Bucks. The Bucks, who are currently in the rebuilding process still, they're looking to develop their talent currently with Michael Carter-Williams, with Jabari Parker, Giannis. They have Miles Plumlee as well. I think within the next 2 or 3 years, the Bucks, along with the Minnesota Timberwolves, are poised to contend for playoffs. Also, Rudy Gay has announced that he will not be returning to the Kings after this season. Rudy Gay let the Kings know that he did not plan on returning to the team, and it would be interesting to see where he would go if he would be traded by the Kings, so maybe the Kings get some talent and they wouldn't just outright lose him, or if the Kings would keep him for this season because maybe they think they have a shot at playoff contention. And if Rudy Gay were to go to free agency, it'd be interesting to see where he would go and how much money he would make. This year he is owed $13.3 million. However, I do not think he will make quite that much money in his next contract. There are also rumors floating around that the Warriors are potentially interested in Josh Smith to replace Harrison Barnes. Smith, of course, in his prime, was a very versatile player with a lot of skill sets. Smith is still a pretty good athlete, and with the way the Warriors bench looks right now, they could use just about anyone to fill in all their missing bench players. It'd be interesting to see if the Warriors were to sign him, how much he'd be signed for. A lot of people feel that Josh Smith is overrated, while some people feel that he is undervalued. So it would be interesting to see if the Warriors were able to find some sort of middle ground to sign him. That's going to be it for today's Stuff on Sports. What do you guys think about the Warriors potentially signing Josh Smith, or who do you think they should fill in for the bench role? Like I said, a lot of the Warriors bench, and basically all of it, they all went to other teams, so they do need role players to come and fill in those spots. Would you like to see Josh Smith on the Warriors, or do you think they should fill that spot with someone else? Let me know in the comments below. Other than that, my name is Paul Cisneros, and this has been Sports Stuff.